Salutations, my beloved viewers. It has been a long week of day drinking for myself and Alexander to come up with this brilliant video idea. Now, today we're going to be looking at 5 things that I like about my Rolls-Royce Commodore. Now, it's going to be hard, but alas, here is numero uno.
Where is Sir Dante? We need to shoot the first bloody... the first point. Where is he?
I'm coming, Alexander. Help me get out. You there, oi, peasant. Help me get out. What are you doing? What?
Ah, you've got out, Dante.
I've got it out. Now guys, look, for the first thing, we're going to have to go with the looks. Now obviously this is not a stock Commodore. And by the way, if you're new here, if you're new on the channel, consider subscribing. We'd really appreciate it. Links down below, or, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, first thing that I like about the Commodore, it has to be the looks. Now, please ignore how dirty it is and the key marks.
Hella scratches.
Yeah, it's not the best Commodore, but stock, the Commodore Utes, they're just perfect, you know, and even normal Commodore sedans, I think they just look awesome. The styling, for what it is and for what you can get them for now, it's pretty darn good.
12 grand, not that bad.
Yeah, not that bad at all.
It looks fast, may not be as fast.
No, that's that'll be coming next week for the 5 things that
That we dislike about my Rolls-Royce Commodore.
but yes, it's, yeah, the styling. I like the appearance. It's got to be number 1. That takes number 1. Now guys, on the point of styling, obviously these cars came in a V6 and a V8 variant. If you've got the V6, you can do something pretty nifty. You can debadge it. So if you've got an exhaust on it like this one does, I mean, you can definitely hear the difference between a V6 and a V8. But
well, that's well, yeah, bro. Obviously,
you're missing 2 whole. Wait, yeah, 2 whole cylinders. Maths.
Quick maths.
Quick maths. But yeah, if it's just chilling there on the side of the road, the only way someone's going to know that it's a V6 is by searching a number plate. And
or popping the hood.
Yeah, well, how do they pop the hood if it's just sitting there?
Oh, if they ask you to pop it.
Well, then you just say, oh.
Nah, mate. V8's getting repaired.
Yeah, it's a swap.
I'm swapping it back later.
No, it's a V6 swap. Because everyone does that when you got a V8. Swap it for a V6. Why not? Anyway, number 2. Let's do that.
Yep.
Now guys, number 2 would have to be the P-plate drivability. Now obviously in Australia, not Western Australia, but in
it depends
the
on your
rest of
states.
Australia,
Yeah,
it does depend on your state.
Because like Victoria has hella rules, and then Northern Territory has no rules basically.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now for a decent price, I mean, you can get a Bentley Bentayga on your Ps, but
can you actually?
You actually can. I think it does 0 to 100 in like 5.5 seconds or something like that. It's something crazy, but it's a diesel. I believe they've got like a diesel V8 or something, or a diesel, not a, whatever it is. But it's, yeah, there's a diesel version of it, and it's quick. But no, we're thinking about us.
Us broke boys.
Yeah, us broke boys.
Hell yeah, brother, put it up there.
That's your hurt wrist, but all right.
Yeah, bro, we'll go for it.
Yes, your P-plate drivability. Look guys, if you're on your Ps, this has got to be one of the best cars, as well as the Falcon, the XR6s, but we've specifically got this SV6.
Yeah, because aren't these basically the fastest car you can get on your Ps?
Pretty much, yes.
With the Ford?
Yeah, it does depend. Depends on conditions,
rules,
the race,
states.
all that sort of stuff, yeah. But you know, for your P-plate drivability, this car is perfect. Alright guys, so we're in the interior now, and we're going to be looking at number 3, the third thing that I like about this car. Now that has to do with the engineering mode. So pretty much with the engineering mode, to turn it on the left hand side of your steering wheel, you just want to press in this little knob and then start your car up. So we're going to do that now for you. So if we clear the service notification, so it tells us welcome and does a system check. And here we go. We've got our software number, GM part number, battery voltage, battery charge, so as a percentage out of 100 obviously. And as you can see, we've got fuel, coolant temperature, your speed and your tacho. Now tyre pressure, let's ignore that for a minute. So your tyre pressure, you can only see this if you've got your tyre pressure things in your tyres. I forget exactly what they're called, but you can see that. Engine oil life, you need to, once you get a service and you re-top up your oil, you need to actually come in and click this to say that it's at 100%, and then it will pretty much just go down at whatever rate it decides. And you've got your park lamps, mine are obviously off, switch voltage, current gear, it's a manual, that's always going to say unknown. If you're in an automatic, that will tell you drive, reverse, etc. Throttle position, there you go. Trans sump temp, -40 degrees. Okay.
Don't think that's right.
And this is the full test, which I think is pretty awesome to have on a car. So ready for this? So it checks all of your lights and makes sure that everything works. And how to get out of it? It's done. And that's number 3. Now guys, just quickly, to get out of this, all you need to do is hit trip. And there you go. You got your speedo back up on your dash. Alrighty guys, so we're moving on to number 4 now of things that I like in the Commodore interior. Now this one has to do with the cruise control. So if you have a look over here on my dash, if Alex can get the camera. Now basically when I hit the cruise control to turn it on, you'll see, oh, let's turn that off. It's going to be hard to get guys, but see how there's an arrow pointing and a speed dial that hasn't met the arrow? See that? So when I go to turn it on and activate the cruise control, watch this. The tacky meets the arrow. So yeah, that's number 4.
Quite a little thing, but still a little.
It's just something nifty. Like GM didn't have to do that at all. Like they could have just had cruise on and then left it up there. Like they do have cruise on, but they didn't have to do, you know, the whatever the thingy.
The thingy, yep.
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know, a pointer?
Yeah, the pointer. They didn't have to make an animated pointer that would meet an arrow to say that you're at the speed that your cruise control is set up. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it's awesome. I think it's like a cool little Easter egg. So yeah, moving on to number 5.
Alright guys, so I know you haven't seen me most of this video, but that's mainly because it's Dante's 5 things he likes about his car, but here I am for this last one, because Dante's going to give us something a little special. Sorry for the wind noise as well. He's going to give us the last point, and if you're guessing correctly, I'll give you a little high five. Here he comes. If you guessed correctly, it was the exhaust. Woo, that sounds good.
Alright guys, so obviously number 5, as you saw, I did a bit of a drive-by there, under 100 kilometers an hour. Number 5 has got to be the exhaust. Now, this obviously isn't stock.
Because if it was stock, you wouldn't have heard anything.
You would not have heard anything. And maybe a little bit of, but that's about it. So yeah, look, exhaust, for anywhere from $600 up to $1,000, you can get yourself a nice sounding exhaust. Now that's on the SB6s, on the SSs, on the HSVs. It doesn't really matter what it is, an exhaust will just help with that sound improvement. And it's awesome. It is really, really good. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, subscribe, comment. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We'd really appreciate it. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there very slowly.
Also, if you want to look at a video more in depth about the exhaust and just more sounds.
Yes, last week's video.
I think up this corner, that corner, right there.
One of the corners.
Last week's video?
Yep, last week's video we went up a local mountain. We did a bit of a mountain drive and we did
also,
some revs.
if you want to know what other mods to do or anything, we have our top 5 mods. Video's got over like 10k views.
And if you're still watching now,
you're a real one.
Yeah, you're a real one. We appreciate you. See you next week.